why should we create this budget? And I guess my take on this too, especially, is working with hundreds of businesses a year, or going to conferences, talking to people at the bar after the conference. Rick, you'd come up and say, hey, Mike, I'm going to hit $8 million a year in annual revenue this year. We're at, 6.5 or 7. But that's what we're going to do next year. And when you get back to the same conference back November, December, January, you sit down, you see the same guy or girl, and you're like, hey, you're having a drink, you're talking about recouping from last year. Hey, did you guys hit that $10 million goal or whatever it was? Nah, we grew by like 2-3%. The interesting thing, along the budget and setting these goals, if they're not written down, they're not driven down to quarterly and potentially monthly or weekly goals with executables, they seem to fall flat on their face. So obviously what's tracked, gets measured and it happens. That's probably the obvious to folks, but I mean, what kind of things around the annual budget are you looking at? And you may be looking at new hires in different areas you touched on. What specifically are you going to benefit outside of just having the accountability of making sure it actually happens and you get team buy-in?
Yeah, it's simple and it's quite complex what starts to happen when you take the time to put together a budget in a meaningful way. If it's important that it's not a one-person exercise, that it really needs buy-in from multiple people on the team. And let's take a minute and kind of walk through a scenario. So you're ready to do your budget, and the first thing you want to talk about likely is what I'm going to say it's sales.